If you're hunting for a durable, fast-charging cable for your iPhone or AirPods, you might have stumbled upon the Belkin BoostCharge USB-C to Lightning cable and thought, this could be the one. But here's what surprised me. This cable, boasting 10,000 plus bend tests and fast-charging claims, still manages to give you headaches most cables don't. Today, I'm diving deep to reveal why this seemingly perfect cable isn't all it cracked up to be, and who should actually consider buying it. Think you know what a good cable looks like? Well, think again, because this one has hidden problems that might make you think twice before hitting add to cart. So, stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know whether the Belkin BoostCharge cable will really keep your devices juiced up or drain your patience instead. Already hooked? Good. Let's get into the real nitty-gritty and uncover if this cable deserves your money or if it's just another overpriced pain in the cord. Alright, first up, who exactly is this cable for? If you're an iPhone 8 or newer user, or you regularly charge your AirPods or iPad with a Lightning port and want a longer cord 6.6 ft or 2 meters, perfect for couch charging, the Belkin BoostCharge looks like a prime candidate. It promises Apple-certified MFi compatibility, so no accessory not supported messages in sight. Plus it claims to be 10 times more durable than typical PVC cables with a braided nylon exterior. Sounds like the dream, right? But let me tell you, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Before we go any further, imagine you're stuck with a cable that's supposed to last years, but after a few months the connector starts fraying, or worse, it refuses to fast charge like it promises. Annoying? Absolutely. Here's the kicker. Despite the 10,000 bend test claims, many users report that the cable started showing wear and tear faster than they expected, and sometimes the charging speed drops dramatically after a short period of use. Now you might be thinking, oh come on, it's just a cable. But here's why it matters. A slow charging cable isn't just an inconvenience. It can affect your entire daily routine. When you rely on fast charging to grab 50% battery in 30 minutes, a dud cable can leave you stranded with a dead phone, missing important calls or texts. So, what gives? Why does Belkin's BoostCharge cable get flagged for problems while sporting such a high 4.5-star Amazon rating? Let's break down the positives first because Belkin isn't a no-name brand throwing cheap cables at the market. This cable actually nails a few things. The nylon braided exterior is incredibly flexible and tangle-resistant, which is honestly a lifesaver if you detest untangling knots. Looking at you, old cables with a life of their own. It's long enough at 6.6 ft to reach across a room without those awkward phone-holding positions. Plus, the MFi certification means Apple devices recognize it fully, so syncing music or photos is hassle-free. And yes, it does support power delivery fast charging. Paired with an 18W USB-C charger, it can juice your iPhone 8 or newer from 0 to 50% in about 30 minutes. Perfect if you're in a rush and hate waiting around. But, and this is a significant but, it only works at full speed if both the cable and your charger perfectly cooperate. Use a non-PD charger or a lower wattage adapter, and you're stuck with standard charging speeds. Here's something you might find interesting. The cable features ultra-flexible silicone inside the braided outer layer, a tech move to make it less prone to kinks or breaks. But remember, even with great materials, frequent bending near the connectors, the weakest link, can cause fraying or internal wire damage. Several genuine reviews from verified buyers mention the cable splitting or connector ends getting loose much sooner than promised. One even joked that their cable didn't survive as many bends as my patience during holiday family dinners. Speaking of jokes, here's a fun one. Why did the iPhone break up with the cheap cable? Because it couldn't handle the tension. Get it? Yep, cables are relationship material too, or at least they should be. Alright, here's a question to keep you thinking. If the Belkin BoostCharge cable is supposed to be 10 times more durable than typical cables, but users report premature wear, Is this a case of overpromising or just an unlucky batch? Well, the answer might lie in real-world use versus lab testing. Laboratory tests pump cables through repeated, controlled bends, but real life. Dropped phones, pockets, pet teeth, and let's be honest, accidental yanks test cables in ways no lab can simulate. Now the price. At $16.95, the cable isn't breaking the bank, but it's also not the cheapest cable you'll find. Amazon has a sea of USB-C to Lightning cables ranging from under $10 to over $30, many boasting similar features. So you might ask, should you shell out nearly $17 for this Belkin cable exclusively for the brand name and claims? Or maybe save a few bucks for options with comparable specs? Here's another twist. Newer iPhone models and AirPods chargers are moving toward MagSafe and USB-C entirely. That means investing in Lightning cables might not be the most future-proof choice if you're looking long-term. But that's a bit of a curveball in the tech world, and your call whether to jump on that bandwagon now or stick with Lightning. Let me give you a quick story. A friend of mine bought the Belkin BoostCharge cable to replace his old, frayed Apple cable that kept splitting near the ends. At first, he was amazed by the length and the sturdiness. But within 4 months, he noticed it wasn't charging as fast, and eventually, the connector near the phone started becoming loose. When he contacted Belkin support, they offered a replacement which was promising. But after a week, the second cable showed similar signs. Moral: while Belkin tries hard to deliver, these cables don't always hold up like you'd hope in regular, everyday hustle. Now don't get me wrong, this is not a full fail. There's a silver lining. If you want a cable that works well out of the box, supports fast charging with genuine Apple compatibility, and you're willing to baby it, no yanking, no twisting, this cable can serve you for over a year easily. If you're buying purely for fast charging at 18W with a solid brand and a decent price, it's a safe bet among premium cables on Amazon. But the big but, brace yourself, is the durability issue. If you're rough with your cables, tossing them in bags, bending them around corners, or have a hyperactive pet, there might be better options with reinforced connectors or tougher warranties out there. Here's something else I found fascinating during my research. Many buyers praise the cable for its tangle resistance thanks to the nylon braid, saying it was the best part of their purchase. Sometimes, a cable that's easy to manage daily can be worth more than a couple hundred mAh of extra charging speed. So if simplicity and no-fuss usage are your priorities, this might be a blessing. Now, for the tech enthusiasts who want to geek out. The cable supports USB Power Delivery 3.0, a spec that allows for smarter power management and protection. This means your phone won't be frying its battery cells just because you plugged in a fast charger. It's optimized well for Apple devices, syncing at USB 2.0 speeds, which is standard fare but reliable. Let's crack one last joke before we wrap this up. Why did the USB-C cable break up with the Lightning cable? Because it felt like they just weren't on the same level. Get it? Compatibility comedy. So, where does that leave us? Should you buy the Belkin BoostCharge USB-C to Lightning cable? If you want a branded, Apple-certified cable that delivers fast charging with decent durability and a longer length, and you handle charging gear with care, then yes, it's a solid pick. Just don't expect miracles if you're hard on cables. For those who want raw durability or the absolute longest-lasting cable, some aftermarket brands offer lifetime warranties or extra reinforcement that might be better suited. On the flip side, if all you want is a cable that just works with minimal fuss and passes the everyday test, plus you appreciate the sleek nylon braided look, the Belkin BoostCharge is a good option. Remember, prices can change fast on Amazon and deals pop up unexpectedly. So if you think this cable fits your needs, check the link in the description for the latest and best price. To sum it up, the Belkin BoostCharge USB-C to Lightning cable is a fast, flexible, and Apple-certified charging cable with a stylish braided design and a length that many users will appreciate. However, its durability could be hit or miss depending on your daily use habits. If you handle it gently and want reliable, fast charging for your iPhone 8 or newer, it's a worthy companion. But if you're rough with tech gear, invest extra caution or consider alternatives. Thanks for sticking with me through this honest review. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more real-world product breakdowns that cut through the fluff. And hey, if you have any questions or your own experiences with Belkin cables, drop a comment. I love hearing from viewers. Remember, the best cable is the one that keeps your device powered up when you need it most. Until next time, stay charged and stay curious.